Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about module number 1, that is introduction to power system, overhead transmission lines and overhead line insulators. Here we are going to discuss about structure of electric power system. So first of all, here we are going to discuss about structure of electric power system. So what is meant by electric power system? Electric power system is nothing but the sum of generation system, transmission system and distribution system is called as power systems. In case of electric power system, where we are going to transfer the electrical power from generating station, power station to consumer premises, hence it is called as electric power system. Nowadays power system is so complex because it is interconnected with more number of systems and it vary in sizes and configuration. That means it is going to deal with different amount of voltage, current and power as to transfer the electrical power. The power generated generally from the sources like hydel power stations, thermal power stations, nuclear power stations and renewable energy sources, which are to be integrated for transmission system. Hence integrating conventional and non-conventional energy sources has become very important, because conventional energy sources are those energy sources which are lies 24 hours 7 days, but non-conventional energy sources are those sources which are available only few times. For example, conventional energy sources, the examples are like thermal power station, then diesel power station. For suppose non-conventional energy sources are like wind energy, solar energy, where wind and solar is not continuously available, hence it is non-conventional energy sources. The electric power generation is transmitted to load centers through power supply network, which consists of transmission lines, transformers and switchgears. Therefore transmission networks are classified into four major parts. They are transmission system, sub-transmission system, primary distribution system and secondary distribution system. So the complete system consists of majorly principal components like power stations, transmission lines and the distribution system. Electric power is produced at the power stations, which are located at favorable places. Wherever the sources are available, there the electrical energy is generated. Generally it is quite away from the consumers and it is transmitted to large distance to load centers. Then with help of conductors, where we are going to transfer this huge energy, else this is called transmission lines. Finally it is distributed to a large number of small and big consumers through distribution network. The electric power system is broadly classified into DC or AC system, overhead or underground system. This is the typical AC power scheme, where we are converting that generating station, that is where we are generating that voltage 11 kV. In most of the generators there are 2 to 20 generators, depends upon the rating of the generating station. Each generator generates that 11 kV. Among that, all the generators which are connected in parallel has to meet that required load demand in terms of currents. In case of generating stations, most of the cases generating station generators are connected in parallel, because if any one of the generator may get problem, the remaining generators we can run. But if it is connected in series, where we can meet that high voltage, but it is not possible to meet the demand of the current. Most of the loads are torque loads, so it is required to meet the demand of load current. So it is only possible whenever the generating station generators are connected in parallel. That too, to operate the generators in parallel, if there is any one generator may get damaged, the remaining generators may run and standby generators may turn into account, and we can fulfill that and we can meet the demand of the load current. So from the generating station, each generator generates that 11 kV, and this 11 kV, before we are going to primary transmission system, before it is going to meet that primary transmission system, we are going to step up this 11 kV generated voltage to 132 kV with help of step up transformer, which is located in the generating station. So 132 kV is the amount of voltage which is transmitted primarily, hence it is called as primary transmission system. And primary transmission system may ends before it reaches that receiving end station. Before it reaches the receiving end station, there is a transformer called step down transformer. In this with help of this step down transformer, we are going to step down that 132 kV into 33 kV when it reaches the receiving end station. And this 33 kV is the amount of voltage which we are transferring in the secondary transmission system. Before it reaches that substation, there is another step down transformer, where we are going to step down the 33 kV voltage into 11 kV with help of a suitable step down transformer. And these 11 kV directly we are given to some loads. Those loads are called as primary. For those loads, we are going to distribute the power with help of a distribution system called primary distribution system. So these type of loads are like industrial loads, then commercial loads, where it requires that 11 kV. So directly we are transferring that 11 kV voltage through primary distribution system to the industrial loads and commercial loads. And again this 11 kV, before it reaches that secondary distribution system, there is one more step down transformer. With help of this step down transformer, we are going to step down that 11 kV voltage into 400 volts. So we are going to distribute that, we are going to distribute that secondary distribution, that is 400 volts between line to line, that is either R to I, Y to B and B to R. And again we are distributing that voltage 230 volts between any phase with respect to neutral. So this is the typical AC power scheme, how we are going to transfer that electrical power and electrical voltage through that primary transmission system, then secondary transmission system, then primary distribution system and secondary distribution system. So the large network of conductors between the power station and consumers can be broadly divided into transmission system, distribution system. Again the transmission system is divided into primary transmission system and secondary transmission system. Again the distribution system is divided into primary distribution system and secondary distribution system, what we discussed till to now. Then this kind of single diagram typically layout of AC power supply scheme, and it is not necessary that all the power schemes must have all the stages. It depends upon the size of the scheme. For suppose the generating station may also takes like 33 kV, it may also takes like 66 kV, but it depends upon the rating of the generators which are employing in the generating station. Next, so once the power is reached to that distribution system, where we are going to distribute that line voltage, line to line voltage like 400 volts and line to neutral voltage, that is 230 volts. So before we are going to distribute that power to consumers, it is coming to the distribution system. From distribution system onwards, it is first of all giving to the distribution station onwards, it is giving to the distribution system. In this figure shows that elements of low voltage distribution system. In these elements of low voltage distribution system, so initially the power is distributed to the distribution system from the distribution station. If you see in this figure, SC, SD, SA are the feeders which is giving the power to the distribution system. Here AB, BC, CD and DA is the distribution system, and from distribution system onwards the power is given to the each and every load via service mains. Service mains is nothing but this is the service mains. Service mains is nothing but the connection where we are giving directly to the home from the distribution system, but there is no case where we are directly tapping that connection to the distribution station. So power is always transferring from distribution station to the distribution system via feeders like SC, SD, SA. Again from feeders it is given to the distribution system like AB, BC, CD and DA. Again from distribution system it is given to each and every load via service mains. Service mains generally consists of one service wire which taps the distribution system onto the load. So via service mains only we are giving the power to the each and every load, but there is no case where we are directly tapping to the feeder without contacting the distribution system. So this figure shows that low voltage distribution system, as we discussed, like SC, SD, SA are radiating from the distribution system. Distribution system supplies power to the distributors like AB, BC, CD and AD, and there is no any consumer which is given direct connection as to get the power from feeders, as they carry high current. The consumers are connected to the distributors through the service mains only. Thank you.